Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. It's another 67 Camaro video, and I'm going to do something I wasn't expecting. I'm going to take it all back apart. Harlan says there's absolutely no reason why I can't do the bulk of the masking now instead of driving over to his shop to do it. And honestly, it's going to be easier to do if I pop these off. It's not that much work, really. You know, just a handful of bolts that are all clean and rust-free, so... You know, let's get all these back off on stands. Plus, I had marked a couple spots where there's a slight bit of overspray. So I must have done a terrible job taping these when I was doing the black. Because you can see, I mean, it's not much, but I can see it. You can kind of feel it. But I'm definitely going to clean those up. But let's think of this as a nice test fit. Worked pretty slick. Okay, we're about a half an hour in. Obviously, it's just unbolt. Set stuff down, be careful. So we got the fenders off, getting ready to pull doors. So I got to put my little cradle together. Not a big deal. And yeah, we'll have those off in another 20 minutes. So just going to make it easier to do this. Also going to make it easier to get in here. Because what we'll do is we'll start taping that back up in here and in the trunk. So all of that's got to get done again. But we had to get rid of everything that was in there because it's all contaminated and gross, and I don't want anything kicking up into the new paint. All right, 45 minutes in. Still got to pop the cowl off, but almost got everything off. Like I said, I've done this a few times now. It's getting easier and easier. And then we'll get in here, get cozy, start figuring out how we want to mask things. So, because anything that's black, I don't want it to be blue. Well, we're at the hour 40, hour 43 kind of mark. And I know because I've been marking it on a video from Derek at Vice Grip. That's why I know the times. But, getting there, just kind of reached in, did what I could with the trunk while it was easy to get at. And I am working up here. Spent all that time painting this. I don't want to do it twice, you know, for those. We'll bring that around, and we're going to actually wrap them and back tape them here and here, just so that nothing can zip in. And of course, we're going to do our feather edge here, the same that whatever we do on the door is what we're doing there, because I want those to look the same. Just remember though, a piece of window fuzzy with a bead goes here, so you won't notice too much difference. I haven't pulled the cowl yet. That's as good a spot to store it for now. 3 minutes to pull that. So yeah, it's exciting, but you got to do it. And then what I'm going to do is tape off anything in here that I'm worried about, but then like the floor and things like that that I'm not too worried about, that also probably wouldn't travel on the trailer well, those I will do at Harlan's. So the final taping obviously still has to happen there, but whatever I can do now to help, might as well get that done. And I did make the executive decision to leave these black, so I think it'll look kind of striking. But let's finish taping off in here. There's a long way to go yet. And it's dusty, but boy, we put a lot of work into that, and I don't want it to turn the wrong color. And then I did pull all the masking back in the tail pan here so we can put new down. You know, you figure that stuff getting a little built up. Might as well spend $1 on some tape. I don't know how it's already 8:30, but it sure flies. This is where we're at. So I've been back taping openings, as you can see here, and sticking that down. This is my underlay, and then we'll go over the whole thing again, probably in plastic, but we'll get there. You can see we're slowly getting the black protected. Now, obviously, I still have to protect all this blue, but 3 things at a time here. That's all I can do. You know, coming around, you can see that's kind of where we're at. And with that, I think we're going to call it for tonight. Been out here for about 3.5 hours now. It feels like a pretty good wrapping point. Still got to do the trunk. Obviously, a lot of taping to do on panels. You know, on the upside, you know, the fenders are about half done. I still got to pop the lowers off so that I can tape this line here. Because remember, there's the gap. And I've got spacers in there pretending they're those bumper brackets. A lot of this I can tape once it's where it's going because that's easy to get at. Stuff like this. I haven't decided how I want to tape the sills yet. I think it's going to be plastic, but let me think on that. You know, I've still got to tape inside all the panels. That's not the end of the world. But the end is in sight. I really can't wait for this whole car to be blue. And at some point, I'm going to have to figure out the stripe, figure out the tail pan. Still a lot of taping to do. But if this video ends very shortly, then thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If it continues going, well, then that was the end of this night, and it's the next night. So either which way, I really appreciate you watching this project.